It's hard to believe, but 2021's Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition for consoles, including the Nintendo Switch, has seen an update in the year of our Lord 2024. Now, while the game was buggy and almost unplayable upon release, do these new updates make the game worth picking up? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about here today. Let's get into it. Danny from the Famicast here. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Sound off in the comments down below, and we may read it out on our bi-weekly show called the Famicast. Of course, you can check this out over on our website, thefamicast.com. Today, though, we're taking a look at the GTA Trilogy 2024 update on the Nintendo Switch in this review revisit. Now, just a note here, unless otherwise stated or shown, all the footage you're seeing here in this review is from the 2024 update. Now, occasionally I'll change between this new filter that's in the game and stuff like that. But anyways, if there's any type of a change like this on the screen, you're going to see it. But yeah, mainly here too, just as another note, I'm going to be focusing on the performance and the gameplay, not the stories. I think the stories are great, but that's not the focus here today. Now, kind of out of nowhere, Rockstar decided to update the Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition on basically between November 12th and 13th, 2024, bringing the game to version 1.112 on all platforms. Now, the versions that you have on the Switch show different numbered versions of the games from like the main menu of the system, but once you get into the game itself, you can see this 1.112 when you're checking everything out in the in-game menus. Now, the update notes themselves here are actually pretty vague, but do give us somewhat of an idea about what was done. So outside of the typical numerous fixes and improvements, the most interesting tidbit was this added classic lighting mode, which restores the look and feel of the sky in the original games. Now, coming back to this specific version of all of these games after 3 years, it seemed to play almost identically to me. Now, just to be completely clear here too, I didn't think the gameplay was the problem with the 2021 release of the game. You can read my review on our website. You can check it out here on YouTube as well. I think the cars handle fine, the characters are easy to control, and I think the shooting mechanics were pretty smooth and modern, with that weapon wheel being carried over from the more recent Rockstar titles. One cool thing that's been added here as well is the ability to shoot and move in GTA 3 and Vice City in this update, which is a pretty great addition. Now, if you want to find an entire list of all of the changes that have been made, RockstarIntel.com have put together this list that they pulled from the community, highlighting pretty much everything. And I wanted just to make sure they had some credit on that. I'll have them linked up below. And also credit goes to individuals that looked up this information and shared it. This includes Besk Infinity, Dare All Bandicoot, BS Black Scout, Here's Hobby, Videotech UK, and the GTA forums. If you're going back to the GTA Trilogy on the Switch, or are just thinking about picking it up for the first time, it's important to note that this version of the game still does have some issues. But before getting to that, let's go ahead and get into the good changes. Now, as mentioned in the patch notes, players are now able to turn on this special filter in the game that makes them look more like the original releases in terms of lighting, via what's known as the classic filter. Now, this is on by default and can be toggled in the options under graphics. Now, in the Switch version, players can also turn on or off ground haze. This is San Andreas only, bloom, and lens flare. Now, you will not have as many options as you'll find on other platforms, like reflection quality, shadows, stuff like that. Just keep that in mind. Given the somewhat sterile look of the earlier versions of the Definitive Edition, the new filter is actually really great to see. Cityscapes look a lot more natural, and in the case of GTA 3, not nearly as dark. The various areas in San Andreas each have their own visual style, and I think they just look so much better now too. The skylines in Vice City also look considerably sharper. This graphical filter really does change the overall look of the game for the better, even on Nintendo's platform. Now, even with that said, the Switch versions of the games do suffer from some occasional slowdown, but it's nowhere near as bad as what it was like when the game first came out, at least not from my memories and some of the footage that I've checked out that I shot years ago. Now, I found that all of the games did have some trouble keeping up with things while you're driving super fast. You'll see plenty of assets popping in. Sometimes you'll see cars kind of appearing out of nowhere and more. Honestly, I didn't find this to really have an effect on the gameplay, but some of you guys out there might find that a little bit annoying. The frame rate here is also targeting 30 frames a second and hits it for the most part. So yeah, there's that. Main character models here too, I think they do look pretty nice, while some of the other like tertiary characters still look kind of bad, kind of like what they did back in 2021. Now, at its core, there were Just a lot of things that was just wrong with this set, this trilogy. And I think it would, you'd probably have to just nuke this whole thing and rebuild from the ground up to make things good again. But I still think that this thing has been updated enough to kind of make things a little bit more modern and fix what could be fixed without completely breaking the game. Like many of you guys out there, I'm pretty happy that Rockstar actually finally got their act together and updated the Definitive Edition. The new classic lighting filter really changes the look of the game, leaps and bounds over what was available when it originally released in 2021. The gameplay is still awesome, and the stories are great. Now, the Switch version still does have some frame rate issues, and even when it doesn't, it's important to note that this version does target 30 frames a second, which might be a deal breaker for some. Still, if you're looking for a pretty good way to play these classics on your Switch, the collection has finally achieved the status of not bad in my book. That's not really a rousing recommendation or anything on my part, but I think it's not bad. If you could find it for a sale or something, it might be worth it. But let's go ahead and turn things over to you guys. Did you pick up the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition when it came out in 2021? How about after that? Are you interested in giving it a shot now? Sound off in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you. As always, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you like what you see, please feel free to drop this video a like. If you feel that we've earned it, please feel free to give us a sub. We've got a longer form bi-weekly podcast all about gaming in Japan, tons of video reviews, looks at Japanese events, exclusive games and merch, and a whole lot more. Again, this is Danny from the Famicast. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.
I'm telling you, man, I only play man sports like football and hopscotch.
Hopscotch?